Governor Sanwo-Olu urges stakeholders in national development to take ownership for Nigeria's greatness. House of Representatives to probe $2 billion renewable energy investment. On the foreign scene, Moldova's pro-European Union leader in tight runoff of presidential election. And in sport, Super Eagles interim coach Augustine Ekwabon to invite more players for preparatory two-legged CHAN qualifying fixture against Ghana. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged all stakeholders in the national development to take ownership and fulfill their responsibilities in their daily activities, emphasizing that Nigeria's greatness depends on collective efforts and accountability. Sanwo-Olu noted that to achieve greatness for the country, Nigerians in their respective positions should do what is right, noting that Nigerians are the best and they are the best at what they do. He emphasized that instead of complaining about others, citizens should focus on providing lasting solutions by taking initiative, solving problems, and being accountable for their actions within their sphere of influence. The governor stressed that the major problem in the country is the family unit, which requires attention, and if not solved, nothing will work as desired. He added that the government is implementing good policies, but every nation and every community is a function of family values, as the success of the country depends on how well the family units are, emphasizing that bounding and building the family unit of any nation can lead the country to greatness and prosperity. Lagos State government has announced that traffic will be diverted at Loop 1 on the Apapa-bound lane and Loop 4 on the Badagry-bound lane at Mile 2 for a duration of 15 months for the construction work of a transport interchange terminal that will integrate rail, bus, water, and non-motorized transportation. Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiemi, said the commencement date for the construction is scheduled from Monday, 11th November 2024 to Monday, 16th February 2026. While assuring that the diversion routes have been well marked with signs to assist motorists navigate their destinations, Oshiemi also confirmed that officers of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority will be on ground along the affected routes to oversee traffic flow. He advised motorists to cooperate with interventions put in place to minimize inconveniences. Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA, Bolaji Dada, has commended the leadership of the Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy, LJLA. Speaking during a visit of the academy led by the Executive Secretary, Aishat Okwade, to the ministry, Dada said all the fellows of the academy have been well deployed to the ministry as a true reflection of what the academy represents, which is grooming young men and women. She said the commitment to fostering leadership development and empowerment is truly commendable, noting that the ministry is always willing to collaborate with the academy. Dada said that she has had the honor of attending several of the academia programs and can personally attest to the positive impacts they have had on participants. She said the academy empowers individuals and equips them with the necessary leadership skills and knowledge necessary to succeed in various fields, thus contributing to the socio-economic development of Lagos State. In her remarks, the Executive Secretary of the Academy, Aishat Okwade, said the visit signifies the Academy's dedication to leadership and appealed for continuous collaborative opportunities between the ministry and the academy in order to focus on ways to further amplify the collective impact of both organizations. And now to the rest of the stories. The House of Representatives Committee on Renewable Energy has invited stakeholders to an investigative hearing on the $2 billion renewable energy grants and investments in Nigeria. According to the committee, the investment has not had a proportional impact on the nation's energy security challenges. President Bola Tinubu had at the African Natural Resource and Energy Investment Summit in July said the nation had attracted over $2 billion of investments in the sector in the past decade. The investigative hearing, scheduled for November 5 and 6, follows the mandate given to the committee in June to investigate ministries, departments, and agencies involved in investments, procurement, and receipts of grants for renewable energy sector development. In a statement issued by the committee chairman, Victor Ogene, in Abuja, the probe will cover the period from 2015 to 2024. According to the lawmakers, successive governments since 2015 have had substantial investments and attracted multi-million-dollar foreign grants for Nigeria's renewable energy subsector to create a viable and sustainable alternative energy supply. Niger State Governor Omoaka says nations that have grown paid more attention to skills for the youth population. The governor stated this at the distribution of startup kits to the over 5,000 graduates of the Youth Transformation Program of the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission held in Minna. Bago noted that many development partners have expressed willingness to partner with the state in training the youth on different skills. This is targeted at 100,000 youth in the state who will be trained in agricultural and vocational skills. Governor Bago also thanked the commission for collaborating with the state government in relocating communities threatened by flood and providing potable drinking water to many communities in the states. And now to foreign news. Pro-European President Maya Sadu faces Alexander Stoy-Angolo, a man she fired as chief prosecutor who has promised to balance foreign policy between the West and Russia and has the backing of the pro-Russian Party of Socialites. Sadu and Moldova's authorities have warned that a fugitive oligarch now based in Russia is trying to buy the election for Moscow. The Kremlin has denied interfering in the vote, much as it did during last weekend's disputed elections in Georgia, which President described the vote as a Russian special operation. Moldova's election commission said it was aware of reports of organized and illegal transport of voters by air and land in Russia, Belarus, Azerbaijan, and Turkey, and appealed to the public to report further violations. Moldova has opened talks on joining the European Union, and on the same day of the first round, Moldovans voted by whisker to back a change to the constitution embracing commitments to join the EU. Now sports. Super Eagles interim Adler Augustin Negrovon says more players will be called up to the team preparatory to their two-legged African Nations Championship qualifying fixture against Ghana. The technical director of the Nigeria Football Federation said this after he expressed satisfaction with the quality of the players displayed in their first set of training sessions before embarking on a short break. Egovon initially independently called up 35 players to the Abuja camp, and the team had their first training session on Wednesday. Nigeria would tackle with trade tackles with Ghana in the first leg between 20th to 22nd December, while the return leg will hold in Nigeria as a week later. The winner of two legs will automatically qualify for the 2025 CHAN, which will be hosted by Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. And that's our news at 9. But just before we go, do not drive beyond the specified speed limits. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,000 dual furniture sets to 775 public schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged all stakeholders in the national development to take ownership and fulfill their responsibilities in their daily activities, emphasizing that Nigeria's greatness depends on collective efforts and accountability. The House of Representatives Committee on Renewable Energy has invited stakeholders to an investigative hearing on the $2 billion renewable energy grants and investments in Nigeria. We also told you that pro-European President Maya Sadu faces Alexander Stoangolo, a man she fired as chief prosecutor, who has promised to balance foreign policy between the West and Russia and has the backing of the pro-Russian Party of Socialites. And in sport, Super Eagles interim handler Augustine Iguavon has said more players will be called up to the team, preparatory to their two-legged African Nations Championship qualifying fixture against Ghana. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashiri. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.